So here we have the sneaker releases for this week, and some of these obviously are kind of placeholder dates, and just be wary that dates do sort of move around, so just bear that in mind. And there seems to be quite a lot of sneakers releasing this week, and I think that some of them may get pushed back because there seems to be some high profile sneakers releasing, so I'm not sure what's going on. And such as the Jumpman Jack, and then there's also the Cortez that's supposed to be releasing, so I don't think they will all release at the same time, but you never know. And the first up is the 18th of November. I'm skeptical about this one, and it's the Adidas Gazelle OG CLOT, and this is in the collegiate navy and off-white colourway. And the reason I say I'm skeptical about this one is because it tends to be, I suppose, has been rumoured to drop pretty much every single week this November. And also the fact that if it does come out tomorrow, then I think it will just be on a draw basis, so which probably will be by the end of this week, the actual draw itself. So not a bad pair of sneakers. I do like the CLOT Gazelle stuff, and the two trainers that I already have are really nice and more sort of summery vibes. This one probably more on the safe side, and it's got kind of this nubuck suede materials on them, which is probably perfect for the winter time, in all honesty. And also on the 18th of November, and this seems to be some of the retailers have this already, is the Salehe Bembury Crocs Pollex shoe. This is a Juniper version, and I'm not sure which colorway this actually is. And for me, I'm just not a fan of this particular sneaker. I did review it, and sort of gave it a good review at the time. But the more I sort of think about it, the more I think they're pretty average and very sort of heavy on foot. But they're unique in terms of their looks, but just something that I feel like the more I kind of look at them and more I think about them, the more I'm kind of like probably not as enamored about them. And also on the 20th of November, I've got the Nike KD for Christmas, and this is another sneaker that I feel like it's not something for me personally, but I understand there's a nostalgia factor behind the KD4, and it's probably mostly from a US perspective. And also on the 20th of November, I've got the Awake New York Jordan Airship Royal. And I'm not sure how limited these will be, in all honesty, and I may just sort of bite the bullet and grab them, but the other version went on sale and sort of heavily discounted because airships aren't selling really, similar to the Jordan 2. But the leather quality and the overall execution on this, I think the original red pair that came out was really, really nice, and I expect the same sort of thing for this one. So again, just not sure how limited they'll be. That's my own thing, but they seem to be loaded up everywhere on different retailers and also on the sneakers app. So yeah, not sure. And also on the 20th of November, I've got the New Balance 998 made in the USA, and this is the Incense and Chrome Blue. So I've noticed two different release dates for these. One says 20th and the other one says 28th. So expect it to drop within this week or next week. And the colorways are nice. I'm not too much of a fan of the 998 silhouette, but if you're a fan of this, then you may look to sort of grab a pair, but they're quite expensive as well in my eyes. And also on the 21st of November, I've got the Kids of Immigrants Nike AMX Su Pack, and this is coming in this sort of violet purple colorway and then an orange gold type colorway. And they're nice, but I don't think they're as nice as the OG pairs, and I prefer the look of those versus these. But again, I think you have a different opinion if you get them in hand and see them in hand. But it's a good effort to make something different. And also on the 21st of November, which I've already reviewed a light brown colorway of, and it's the Nike Shox Ride 2 Anthracite. And I think this is a cool pair of sneakers, just in terms of its look. They're not so much the comfort, but the way it looks, I think it's probably one of the nicer Shox in my opinion. And also on the 21st of November, I've got the Anti-Hero Nike SB Blazer Mid. Personally, I'm not a fan of the Blazer model itself. It's just a very basic Nike model, and I don't think this Anti-Hero version is doing anything different to sort of persuade me otherwise. But if you're interested into sort of blazers and a skater, then you might look at these because they're a good sort of cheap, affordable option for that kind of stuff. And also on the 21st, the Anti-Hero Nike SB Dunk High Pro. I like the look of these because they're just simple, clean. The only thing I don't like about these is just the cracked leather on here, but it's got some nice touches, such as the heel area. They've got the Anti-Hero logo on there and things of that sort. But overall, it's just standard SB stuff really. And also on the 21st of November, I've got the Nike AMX DN Pale Ivory. There's so many colorways released for this. And I think to next year, AMX Day, I think a lot of these are going to get discounted quite heavily. So keep an eye out for these. I think there's some really nice colorways on this AMX DN, and a very good shoe for sort of fall winter time as well, because of the upper being quite sort of protective. And therefore, I think it's one of those sort of trainers that I think if I can pick up a version for cheap on sale, then I'll definitely pick up one. And also on the 21st of November, I've got the Adidas AAVE Superstar, and this is another one of those sneakers that I feel like probably didn't need to exist. And in all honesty, I just feel like it's one of those overpriced superstar sneakers. I'm sure the leather quality is good and the red pair does look good, but just overall, it's not something that for me. It's more of a meme sneaker. And also on the 22nd of November, you've got the Asics Gel Nimbus 10.1 green and silver metallics. I think with this pair, it's again just looks like any other Asics sneaker to me, especially the runner sneakers. And from what I believe, the reason why it's called a 10.1 is it's using the Kayano midsole outsole combination. So for that perspective, it probably would be pretty comfortable. But again, it doesn't look much different to a standard Kayano, and maybe actually worse for it in all honesty. And also on the 22nd of November, it seems to be Nike are full in with the AMX Thunder. And this is the Obscura colorway. It's got, I think, kind of textile materials on the upper, which kind of defeats the purpose of this particular trainer, because it's more of a trail shoe type footwear. And, having like a textile upper, then it kind of doesn't make it too much sort of waterproof. But I do like the colorway and I do like the look of it. I think it looks really nice. But my only issue with these is it's similar to what Nike tend to do, is releasing trainers that don't match what the sneaker is there for. So this is a trail sneaker, and they're trying to make it more into a lifestyle sneaker, in the sense of being able to sort of wear it anytime. But it's originally a trail shoe, or a light trail shoe. So I think the upper usually is like a neoprene, almost waterproof type material. So sort of swapping it with textile just feels a bit odd to me. And also on the 22nd of November, apparently this is the Travis Scott Jordan Jumpman Jack Dark Mocha. I personally don't think these are going to release because it's so close to the Black Cement date that I feel like it will get pushed back a bit further in my eyes. Maybe it might release on the Travis Scott website first, and then the week after, I think it will roll out to the Sneakers app and also other retailers. And also on the 22nd of November, I've got the Nike AMX TL 2.5 in black metallic. I think these are nice looking sneakers and very old school, so I'm not mad at them, and looks very similar to the CDG pair that came out. And also on the 22nd November, I think this is probably the first collab, and this is the Makeway Nike Party 6000. So it's the Pegasus 6000 with a collab, and I'm not mad at it. I think it looks pretty cool, and they've done a good job on this. But it's not something that I would personally grab, and I do like the P6000 because it's quite an easy to wear silhouette. But just not something for me. It's got slightly more of a feminine look to it. And also on the 22nd of November, I've got the Maniere Nike Air Force One Low While You Are Sleeping. And this is a nice collab in my opinion. I think, a lot of people are kind of doing quite sort of simple Air Force Ones and, sort of lazy sort of colorways where it's just literally all white or all black. But at least the Maniere trying to do something different. And it's similar to the Air Force One linen that came out. My only sort of reservations with this is the outsole being clear, which will get dirty very quickly. But the upper looks like it's got really nice sort of premium leathers, and it's got the sort of standard Maniere touches on there. And the price on these doesn't look too bad either, so I might be tempted to sort of pick these up if they release on the Sneakers app this week. But it might just be on the Maniere website, and maybe the week after they'll release on the Sneakers app. And also on the 22nd of November, I really like these. It's the Salomon XT6 Goretex Sneakers and Stuff exclusive. And this is a sneaker that is really good, sort of walking around in harsh conditions, and obviously for trail and hiking. And I'm a big fan of them, and they're very comfortable rather than sort of wearing hiking boots. These work better for me personally, and just a bit more lightweight and more, like I said, more trainer-like. And also on the 23rd of November, the draw for this is already up. So it's the Bape Adidas Orketro collection, and it's coming in this sort of blue, yellow, green pair, and then you've also got a black silver pair, and then there's also a maroon type pair. The black and silver pair isn't loaded on the Adidas Confirmed app, so I'm imagining that's maybe a Bape exclusive, but out of the three of them, that's probably the one that I was the most interested in, but probably not going to be able to grab those. And then also on the 23rd of November, we've got the Cortez Air Trainer Huarache in light bone, and I think this will probably be releasing, as a rollout from Cortez, I imagine on the 23rd, because it's releasing on the same day as the next pair of trainers. But I do like the look of them. There is a recently announced the standard version of the Air Trainer Huarache is coming out next year, which is kind of more in the OG colorways. And if I can't pick these up, then I'll definitely be more interested in those, because I think these will be very limited and quite difficult to pick up. And also on the 23rd of November, I've got the Air Jordan 3 OG Black Cement. So this is the trainer that I've been kind of looking forward to most of the year, really. So for me, this is a must-have, and probably one of the sneakers that I'll be grabbing definitely this week.